Who will win the Premier League and who will finish in the top four? Yes, what is up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today I'll be giving my prediction for the top four and analyzing the signings and seeing which team has the best potential to finish on the top of the table and win that Premier League, and which teams will finish in the top four. So we're gonna start at number four. Number four, the team in number four, then we'll go to 3, 2, and finally 1. Okay, man, let's get right to it. Number four, I have Manchester United or Spurs. Yes, I cannot decide which team to pick for number four. I think that Manchester United and Tottenham will battle for that number four space this season. And yeah, I think Manchester United have made a lot of great signings this transfer window, and they have tried to actually make signings in that defensive role, and I think they will actually have a better performance than what they had last season. And yeah, I think Manchester United can actually battle for that number four space, but Tottenham will be also another threat to actually enter into this top four. I think they played really good last season, but I think just towards the end they started to be a bit shaky. But like I like Tottenham's style of play. I like the way they play. I mean, Spurs are really a good side when they play on the pitch. I think they could actually secure that number four space, but they'll have to go against Manchester United in my opinion. And yeah, both teams have made some really good signings this transfer window. Manchester United have signed the likes of De Ligt, Lenny Yoro, and it's really just strengthening. I think they're just trying to strengthen that defense. I think Manchester United could make a bid for that number four space. Tottenham, on the other hand, have signed Solanke, a new centre forward, and I mean, it's going to be big shoes to try and fill, because I think they're trying to go back to like having a traditional number 9 man, to like sort of replace Harry Kane. And I'm really excited. Solanke had a really good season the past season. I think he scored like 19 goals. That is really good, and I think I'm really excited to see how Tottenham will perform with all of their new signings. And they have this other guy that they signed named Archie Gray. Archie Gray, really good player. He's still very young, but I've watched a bit of some glimpses of him this preseason, and I think he's a really good player. Number three, let's go to number three. Number three, I think Aston Villa will take number three. I think they had a really good season the past season, and I'm expecting a very good season from Aston Villa again. They made some good signings over the window, and I think that with the experience that Unai Emery has in Europe and in the Europa League, and yeah, I think the Champions League with PSG, I think that Unai Emery could really try and lead this Aston Villa team to potentially a third place. I think it'll be a really good season, but it's going to be very hard because now they are going into the Champions League, and there's going to be a lot of fatigue involved with the players. But I think they just need to try and get that squad depth in. They have made a couple of signings, but I think they'll still struggle a bit with that, and it would be so much better if they had a larger squad. But yeah, Aston Villa for number three. Yeah. Okay, now let us go to the top two. This is the big one. This is the one that's going to be potentially the title race. I don't know, maybe a title race might be between 3-4 teams, but over the past 2 seasons, a title race has been between 2 teams. That has been Arsenal and Manchester City. And now I have to give who will finish second and who will finish first. So second, I think Manchester City will finish second this following Premier League season. Now, hear me out. I know a lot of people are going to be saying, oh man, you don't know what you're talking about. Manchester City, this and that. I know putting Manchester City at number 2 is a big statement, I know. But I just think that Manchester City I don't know if they can do 5 Premier Leagues in a row, man. Honestly, I do not know if they can do 5 Premier Leagues in a row. It's never been done. Even the 4 Premier Leagues in a row had never been done, and they just broke that record and did it. But 5 Premier Leagues in a row, for me, it'll take something special, because I think even the teams coming this season, they're going to really up their standard. Knowing that Manchester City are really just a powerhouse. I think a lot of teams are going to try to challenge this season, but I don't see Manchester City winning it for the 5th time in a row. And this is not criticism of any sort to them. They have signed just like I think one player this season, and he's an attacking player, and that is Savio Troyes. And yeah, they haven't really been that busy this transfer window, but I'm hearing that they want Rodrigo from Real Madrid, but not sure about that. But they don't really need to sign a lot of players. Manchester City already have so much squad depth, despite even losing Alvarez to Atletico Madrid. But yeah, we'll see. I think Manchester City will finish second. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. Now, let me know what you think about Manchester City finishing second. Okay, so number one, who will finish first? And I think a lot of y'all maybe know that what I'm going to say, and I think it's Arsenal. I mean, come on, man. Arsenal has had 2 great seasons, finishing second for twice in a row the past 2 seasons. It is insane. And I think this year might just be their year. I know a lot of people are going to be thinking that, but it's still going to be a very hard season. It's still going to be a very hard season. 38 games is still 38 games, and I think they have to push themselves even like at a higher standard than the past 2 seasons. And it's going to be hard, I'm not gonna lie. Manchester City are going to be just putting that pressure on as always, and Manchester City will be trying to win that Premier League for the fifth time in a row. But I think Arsenal, they now have the experience coming off of those seasons. They now have the squad depth. They now have the quality on the pitch. They proved that last season. They have a lot of good players, and now this transfer window, they've just had the addition of Ricardo Calafiori, and that's just going to add already to their really good defense. And I think, if you have a really good defense, you have a higher chance to win a football game. So I think that's why Arsenal were winning so much last season. It's just having the best defense in the league, and I think this season they're also going to have that sort of basis of having the best defense in the league. But I think that Arsenal are going to win the Premier League this season. I think that's my prediction. I think they will finish first. They now have the experience. They now know what it takes to go toe-to-toe with the Manchester City for 2 seasons now. So I'm expecting a lot from Arsenal this season. I think a lot of people think that this might be the season that they win. This might be the season that they win the Premier League, and yeah, even the fans are hoping for that. It's just been so hard for Arsenal fans. I'm personally an Arsenal fan, but I'm not being biased. I'm not being biased when I say that Arsenal win the league. No, I'm just giving an honest prediction with no bias in it. But yeah, that is it. That's my top 4 prediction, and that is my prediction for who will win the Premier League. And I don't know, man. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I mean, just be honest in the comments, man. If you don't agree with this, you can say it in the comments, man. But yeah, that's my prediction for this season's Premier League. And yeah, so yeah, we have made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much if you watched till the end. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure to comment what you think is the top 4 for this season in the Premier League. Make sure to comment who you think will win the Premier League this season. And yeah, that's me signing out right now. Bye.